Dear students, let's begin with the same topic which we were discussing in the last video, and that was monetary management in the country, and we'll continue the same topic in today's video. Let's quickly revise what we had discussed in the last video. We had discussed the situation of the financial sector prior to the 1991 reforms, and today we'll discuss the problem areas highlighted by the IMF and the reforms suggested by IMF and World Bank and the measures taken as a result. So let's begin. So IMF has highlighted that Pakistan monetary management is done through quantitative methods. So these quantitative methods results in the misallocation of resources and inefficiency, and to avoid these problems of inefficiency and mismanagement, there should be market-based management of the monetary policy, and that was the basic suggestion by the IMF. And IMF and World Bank devised reforms for the financial sector of the country, highlighting different problem areas or numerous problem areas of the financial sector. So first reform suggested was removal of distortion and segmentation in the financial sector of the country, so that government debt instruments should be available to all the individuals and institutions. They can equally participate. Next is determination of market based interest rate instead of directed or already determined or administered interest rate. The interest rate should be determined by the market forces. Third, very important, is the allocation of credit in response to the market forces. So by this there will be elimination of the subsidized credit schemes and directed credit schemes. It was suggested that there should be encouragement for the development of secondary market for the government securities, and this is also essential for the success of government debt auction program. To strengthen the banking system or the banks or national banks, they should be given more autonomy, more authority and accountability of the national bank. It was suggested that to strengthen and the health of the financial sector and to bring more competitiveness in the financial sector, the national bank should be given more autonomy and accountability of those banks. The financial sector should be open to the private sector, and private banks should be allowed to enter in the financial market of the country, and there should be measures for improvement in the regulation and supervision of all the financial institutions in the country. So these were the basic reforms suggested by IMF and World Bank. So what measures were taken as a result of these suggestions or these reforms suggested? First of all, 1991 में गवर्नमेंट ने एक फुल फ्लैज सिस्टम जो है वो एस्टैब्लिश किया फॉर ऑक्शनिंग गवर्नमेंट डेट इन द कंट्री. देयर वाज सिस्टम ऑफ क्रेडिट सीलिंग कि एक मैक्सिमम लिमिट थी गिवन थी क्रेडिट के लिए इन द कंट्री और फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर. सो दैट लिमिट was abolished or discontinued in July 1992 after these reforms. और बहुत बड़ी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जो थी वो ओपन मार्केट ऑपरेशंस की फॉर्म में थी. जनवरी 1995 के बाद से ओपन मार्केट ऑपरेशन बिकेम द मेन इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ मॉनेटरी मैनेजमेंट इन द कंट्री, and there was maximum lending rate prior to these reforms. So that maximum lending rate was removed after these reforms. So these are the few measures which I have quoted over here as a result of those reforms, just to highlight the way of transformation of all this financial sector in the country. So इन सारे reforms की suggestion और उसके बाद जो measures government different time पे लेती रही है और उसके result में जो transformation financial sector और पाकिस्तान में नजर आती है, तो main objective जो है वो गवर्नमेंट का to determine a market determined money market as per the advice of IMF and World Bank. और जो instruments हैं primary और secondary market के उनकी trade के ऊपर will regulate the money, credit and interest rate in the country. So that is the main objective behind the measures taken by the government according to the advices given or suggestions given by the IMF and World Bank after the reforms of 1991, जिसको हम financial sector reforms of 1991 के नाम से याद करते हैं. 1991 onward there is a continuous transformation in the financial sector of the country. This is all about the monetary management in the country. We had discussed this topic in 2 different videos and we have briefly discussed it. In this video we had discussed that what are the problem areas highlighted by IMF and what were the main reforms suggested by the IMF and World Bank, and what are the main measures taken after those suggestions and reforms. और basic objective जो है वो गवर्नमेंट का एक market based money market को establish करना है, जिसमें primary और secondary market के जो instruments हैं वो ये credit और money को determine करें, and interest rate should also be the market based. And this is all about this topic. I hope you have got the idea of monetary management in the country, and I would suggest again go to your recommended book and have a thorough reading of this topic from your book, and you'll get more understanding and you'll comprehend the topic very well. See you in the next video with the next topic of the same module.